The Godfather storyline goes like this. In pre-fall 1945, visitors are assembled for the wedding party of Ware Vito Corleone's girl Connie, Talia Shire, and Carlo Rizzi, Gianni Russo. Vito, Marlon Brando, the top of the Corleone mafia family, on his little girl's big day. One of the ones who asks the Ware for some help is Amerigo Bonasera, an effective undertaker and colleague of the Ware, whose girl was mercilessly beaten by two young fellows since she denied their aids. Clemenza, Richard S. Castellano, one of his dad's two caporal regimes, to track down Paulie and carry him to the Ware's home. Sollozzo steals Tom Hagen and holds him for a few hours, convincing him to offer Sonny the arrangement recently proposed to his dad. At the point when Tom is out, returning from Manhattan, Clemenza has Paulie stop the vehicle in a distant region so he can pee. Rocco shoots Paulie dead. He and Clemenza abandon Paulie and the vehicle. Following the endeavor on the Ware's life at the clinic, Sollozzo demands a gathering with the Corleones, which Commander McCluskey will go to as Sollozzo's guardian. At the point when Michael volunteers to kill the two men during the gathering, Sonny and the other senior relatives are entertained. In any case, Michael persuades them that he is significant and that killing Sollozzo and McCluskey is to the family's advantage. Tales about a bad police commander. Michael meets with Clemenza, who readies a little gun for him, covering the trigger and grasp with tape to forestall any finger impression proof. He educates Michael about the legitimate method for playing out the death and advises him to abandon the weapon. He likewise lets Michael know that the family were all exceptionally pleased with Michael for turning into a conflict legend during his administration in the Marines, and that a conflict like the looming one that Sollozzo's and McCluskey's killings will start is fundamental about each 5 to 10 years to clear out the desire and hatred that forms between the five families. Clemenza shows extraordinary certainty that Michael can play out the gig and lets him know it will all go without a hitch. The arrangement is to have the Corleone sources figure out the area of the gathering and plant the gun before Michael, Sollozzo and McCluskey show up. Before he leaves for the gathering, Sonny tells Michael he'll get word to Kay about not bidding farewell. Before the gathering in a little Italian eatery in the Bronx, McCluskey Search is referred to by companions and partners as guardian. He and Tom Hagen, Robert Duvall, the Corleone family legal counselor, are hearing solicitations for favors on the grounds that, as per Italian custom, no Sicilian can reject a solicitation. However, where Corleone clears up for Johnny, I will make him a proposition he can afford to ignore. The Ware likewise gets complimentary welcome from Luca Brasi, a frightening master in the criminal hidden world, and takes care of a solicitation. Waltz is convinced to give Johnny the job, notwithstanding, when he gets up promptly the following morning and feels something wet in his bed. He pulls back the sheets and winds up in a pool phoned in wiped out. Frito ends up being inadequate, bungling with his firearm and unfit to fire back. At the point when Sonny catches wind of the Ware being shot, Michael contends that since McCluskey is bad and has unlawful dealings with Sollozzo, he is fair game. Michael likewise suggests that journalists that the Corleones have on their finance would savor the experience of distributing. It's not private. It's totally straightforward. On the grounds that Michael is viewed as a non-military personnel, he will not be viewed as a dubious envoy for the Corleones. In spite of the fact that cops are normally beyond reach for hits, in handling a film job that will renew his hailing profession. Jack Waltz, John Marley, the top of the studio, denies Fontaine the section, a person similar as Johnny himself, which will make him a significantly greater star.